so that they can take advantage of African Continental Free Trade Agreement. It's important because you people in Nigeria, you are closer to them. You can easily tap into it. Elumelu is somebody who is very, very progressive. I'm sure he'll be very, very willing to deal with you people. Not only that, I'm not going to bore you like details I said. There are beginning to be different type of funding models now to meet the challenges. Last 2 months ago, I think I was invited by the AFTA Secretariat to a conference in Nairobi. Just they call them impact investors. All of them came together. I saw several Nigerians there. So these are people you can reach out. Those are new type of investment where they try and make profit, but they consider the profitability and other things, making sure they meet the social and other objectives, not just making profit. The ESG and other, which are company firms need to do. I'm not going to bore you with all these new models, but there are a lot of funding available if you know how to go. Can we move forward, please? Because before you tell me I'm taking time. So as an agribusiness practitioner, what are the trends and what should you do next year if you have not been doing it? Or if you have not been, even if you have been doing it, what should you do better? The very first one I want to tell you is digitalization. It's very, very important. So much is happening in the area of digitalization in agribusinesses in Africa. Countries like Kenya, they are so forward. They've moved so forward that they've commercialized all their farmers. They have their record. That is where they reach there with inputs and other things. So as an agribusiness practitioner, you must embrace digitalization. The other one is because of climate change. It's real. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of insurance products. We have the NISRA, then the Africa Risk Facility is too far from you in Johannesburg, because the family, as I said, is not profitable. So the other thing, what you need to do is have to build a lot of resilience, climate resilience. You have to be able to mitigate against climate change. Climate change is real, which is why those of you who will fix your wedding for December now, if you are not careful, it might rain on that day. It's a reality in our environment. So as an agribusiness practitioner, I mean, those are the two things, I mean, you should try and incorporate. Digitalization and what? Building climate resilience. There are all sorts of climate practices and co. I mean, I'm with our organization. I mean, they will teach you. Those are what they are reach out for to help you to mitigate. The last part, which I want to talk to you about before I go to AFTA, is that by this time last year, we were very busy preparing a new 10-year plan for African agriculture. Because the Common African Agricultural Development Program. How many of you have heard of CADEP? Nobody? No wonder Nigeria is not doing well here. Yes. There is a new 10-year continental plan for African agriculture. Now, because it was done in Kampala, it's called the Kampala Plan and Declaration. It's for next year. It will start 2026 to 2035. Very many countries are already domesticating that plan. I'm letting you know now because Nigeria will soon be domesticating. So you need to key into it as agribusiness to go and make sure that you have the buy-in. Many people, many organizations, including mine, we are giving as much as $100,000 just for country to be able to domesticate the plan. Because what happened with the first, this is the third time CADEP is doing this plan. The first two times after we did the plan, we went to sleep, forgetting that implementation is at the national level. But this time, we are being very, very proactive by making sure we help countries to domesticate this plan. Unlike before, the earlier plans, which were simply on agriculture. This time, it's on agri-food systems what? Transformation, not just agriculture. You have to think of agriculture right from farm to fork, to when the food is actually at the table, the entire value chain. Agriculture is not meant only for the Minister of Agriculture. trade, environment, all of them are interested parties. And most importantly, the Ministry of Finance. Because without the funding, you cannot move forward. African countries, at least for the past 20 years, they say they will be allocating 10% of their GDP to agriculture. The national person showed you some of the performance. It's not just Nigeria. Last year, no country met the target at all, the last biannual review report. Yet agriculture is very, very important. And you cannot dedicate 10% of your annual budget to agriculture. So we need a lot of investment in that particular sector. So when we say investment, we mean both public as well as private sector. The investment in African agriculture is as low as $120 a whole year, which is not up to what some of you use on coffee. So we need to pump money into that particular sector. Those are some of the things which this new plan is trying to change. There is no specific mention of agribusinesses in that particular plan, as you will see in my presentation. But as part of the initiative, because 6 sectors are presented, under agribusiness, they are going to do a lot for agribusinesses and small-scale farmers. So I think many of you can catch up there. So you need to inform yourself. There are all sorts of documents. The plan is about less than 90 pages long entire. So it's part of the things you should try and read. If you have any question, feel free to read me by email. Through Africa Food Champions, you can reach onto me to ask any specific question. Any question before we move forward? Yeah. Before I spend my last 3 minutes talking about the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. Any question or I continue? Yes, please.
Thank you very much for motivational talks and for your sharing of experience and the knowledge. Yes, sir. But I'm still wondering that your words of saying Nigeria is not doing very well, it looks somehow like some areas we are doing well. Please, can you just tell us some areas we are doing well? Thank you very much.
Sir, when I talk with statistics. The African Union has something called biannual review report. Every 2 years, they present a scorecard. Before now was the Malabo, then the Maputo declarations. The 7 different areas, they are indicators where they measure where you've done. Just go to the AU website. Check how far. Nigeria is just around the middle. It's Rwanda that has always been first in those biannual review reports. So every 2 years, there's a scorecard. It's the first of the kind in the whole world, done by Africa, where they monitor the performance. I mean, it's so funny when they present this report at African Union. Some presidents have even fired their ministers of agriculture there. Unfortunately, I don't even think Nigeria is interested because most of them, they even come late. We would have finished presenting before Nigeria will show up. Anyway, let's continue.
What are we going to do now?
What you need to do, like I said, I'm more interested in the solutions. There is a new plan which we take off this year. So please try and key into it, buy into it. Do what other countries are doing so that you also hold your country accountable so that they can allocate 10% to agriculture and do all the enabling things. Post-harvest losses, everything, we are tired of hearing them. We need to move with the shift. The final part, because I'm taking time, the FC is already looking at me. I don't want people to sleep here. The last part is the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. I'm sure you've all heard of the Continental Free Trade Agreement. It's the latest game in town. It started in 2019, but a lot could not start because of COVID. But so far, I mean, countries are beginning to institutionalize, beginning to take off. It's becoming a reality. So for an agribusiness something, what do you need to do? So part of what I look at in my presentation. Because looking at all over the world, you find that the volume of intra-Africa trade is very, very low. Just about 14%, the lowest in the world. Asia, Europe and co, they have more than 60%. I mean, Africa is such that you don't want to buy what you need from your neighbor. Rather, you look at your former colonial master. to trade with. All those things have to change. And even take tractor, for example. If tractor is going to be profitable, it should be such that it will not only work in the Nigerian market, it should be able to go and work in Benin Republic to recoup its money. So that the new dimension, the new changes we are beginning to make. Not that you use a tractor for 2 months, then you pack it, then you are not using it again. No. When the tractor is not working, you should use it to carry the wood from the farm to other places. You see how Chinese and many other people do it. So Africa Continental Free Trade has taken off. They have a lot of initiatives to help farmers and agribusinesses like you. I put many of them in the slide. For example, before, the major challenge is that I want to trade with Benin Republic. We first of all have to convert the money to dollars first. With African Export-Import Bank, that is the work of Professor Rama. He did so much before he retired. He's a Nigerian, but Nigeria will not benefit from such initiatives. We now have a Pan-African payment system whereby you cannot trade in your local currencies. You don't need dollars first before you trade. 5 of them from the ACTA Secretariat. There is a digital online processes whereby you need to register. So take advantage of all these initiatives so that you can widen the horizon of your market. The good thing is that for those of us in the agriculture, when you look at what is being traded, in fact, what Africa is buying, it's not raw commodities that they are buying. It's processed. You have to add value. We increasingly need to add value to our commodities. Because if you export goods from outside, you are exporting jobs to those countries. It's a very stupid move. You have to add value to very many of your commodities. That is the only way you can be part of the value chain. If you don't do that, you'll be in trouble. So I'm not going to bore you, like I said. Take advantage of the Africa After Hub. Look at it and register your business. Through the payment system, it explains everything on how you can embark on trading. The last slide, just go there. The Nigerian government is already doing a lot of things. As part of the guided trade initiative, they now have an agreement with Air Uganda. Shame on us that we don't have an airline, but we partner with Air Uganda to help us trade our commodities. So also, they just signed a lot of funding, about 50 billion with World Trade Organization for agribusinesses like you. So there are actually a lot of facilities or grants which many of you can take advantage of. I don't want to bore you. Let me stop here and take some few questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the presentation and an eye-opener to most of us, the SME. Actually, my name is Engineer Fatima Mustafa. I'm an engineer and also an entrepreneur. I'm into processing of agro-business. So in the issue of the way we can export our goods out from Nigeria, let's say, for example, we process sweet potato flour because we have a high raw material in the north. So we process it, we make it into flour, and we are so much in the business, but we don't know the way on how to source money and also how to collaborate with stakeholders in order to trade our goods within the African continent. So with this little presentation of yours, actually I have more vision on African, what do you call it? The new implementation you just said just now. So thank you for the presentation and also for opener for us as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think we'll just take all the questions, sir. We'll answer them once.
Okay. Thanks, sir, for the presentation. Okay, so my question goes around the digitization part, because my company does digitization when it comes to agribusinesses. We try as much as possible to digitize the process of agribusiness from production down to market. So the question I want to ask is, how do a company like us fit into some of these services and enable agribusiness to reach premium markets, after production? What next? How do they assess this market? And that's even why we come into this space, to be able to facilitate that process, the digital process. So how do we fit into this? That's the question. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, name, please.
My name is Bayo from Agrovesto.
All protocols duly observed. Good afternoon. My names are Mariam Ahmed Hamman, Agri-Economics and Extension Officer, Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Nigeria Council. I want to sort of shed more light on the area of CAADP that you were talking about. There are many rural communities where you find women are mainly into agro businesses. I don't know if there will be opportunity for that project to be stepped down to the rural communities, because when it comes in terms of digitalization, Nigeria has a problem with internet services. So if they can be branch office across these communities where farmers that don't have sensitization or knowledge about such interventions can be beneficiaries of these projects and programs. Thank you.
Those are all, I guess.
Yes, we have one question.
I have a question.
Sorry, please, we are taking 3 people only. We have questions online. Apologies.
Can I go ahead?
No, please. No. So our online question says, sir, please explain the process of exportation within West Africa. I have clients in Gambia, Bamako, Senegal, Liberia, and I want to know how I can export my gari to them. Could you guide me on how to handle border procedure and avoid issues like double taxation?
Thank you. Yes, let's.
Last person.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Wisdom from Sustainable Demonstration Farms. I'm actually an agricultural economist, even though when I finished school, I couldn't find anything within that space. So it sounds funny. But my question here today is, everything you said is true about Nigeria. So we are interested in the way forward. The funding is important. We can't do anything without it. And you have started the process. So we also believe and hope you will help us, even though you're not a Nigerian. So if there is a way you can, I don't know, because we are not close to government and we are not close to, we can't reach them. We can't say, let's go and talk to so person. We can't hold them. I know how the system is. We can't hold them accountable for, the funding we're not seeing, so if there are ones you can send to us, because personally, I've been writing grants and I've been expecting things to turn around for, the best, but I haven't seen, the grants are no longer coming. Grants is another thing that we need here. So if government of Nigeria cannot give us 10% you're talking about, if there are grants you have that we can leverage on, we can write and also help, that will help us to push our business forward, that will be fine. So let's hear from you if there is any other thing apart from the one you listed. And I hope we'll get the slides. Yes, that's important. So we'll go through it. I actually came in late, so I will have the time to go through it and get the full details. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me react to these ones. Although, anyway, let's finish. Huh? You can send email. Thanks. Engineer Madam, how to source money? Everybody, money is always very, very important. Money. The truth is that when you interact with the banking sector and many of them, the problem, there's a lot of money around. What is the packaging? How do you package? Make yourself to be able to meet the conditions for funding. You need to understand the processes, what specific organizations or agencies want, and you comply with them. There are a lot of investors, a lot of funds all over the place looking for where to channel those money to. So it's just that you need to be a little bit different, no? And be resourceful. Know what you want and target them very well. But having said that, I want to refer you by the time you look at my presentation. Go to the After Hub, Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement Hub. Just Google it. It will take you to their website. Most of these questions you're asking, they're already there. How to register, how to take advantage, some of the fundings that are available, and what have you. Like I said, get in touch. I mean, we are ready to help. Through the African Food Champions, they will channel your mails to us if it's what they cannot answer. We also heard of NISRA today. They are doing so much. Money is not a problem. If you meet their condition, they are ready to help you. It's their job. But having said that, I mean, for too many years now, you find that the Nigerian products, when you export them, at times they will take them, they return them, they are rejected. Just because you don't meet the quality standards. There's a whole lot to do. What happened, very many of these problems, they exacerbated after the structural adjustment program. When we destroyed the marketing boards that used to provide very many of these standards. All this conformity assessment, standard quality infrastructure and co. I used to work with UNIDO in Nigeria where we were put going. But I'm sure you need to team up with them to find out. Because you need to meet standards. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your time. They are not going to take very many of these problems. All those conformity assessment and code, they are extremely important. Brother Bayo wanted to know much about digitalization and how he can come in. Unfortunately, most of the applications, at least 90% of the digitalization in Africa, is still just the use of phones. Digitalization has gone much beyond that. Even drones that you are seeing in farms or something is digitalization, part of it. Fighting insects, earthworms and co. I mean, digitalization, measuring the texture of your soil. All those are different applications of digitalization, even before applying fertilizers. There are 1,001 applications. So, but you need to find that plus. You like market survey. How are you going to fit in? What how are you going to? What is your comparative advantage? Approach. So if we go, our people, our government, they go to China, go and find out from them how they were able to eliminate, I say eliminate, I'm not saying reduce, poverty in just 3 decades. If you look at Chinese, they used to be very, very small because of hunger. Now they are very, very tall. Yeah. And when you go to China, I like their model because you don't find rural villages there. Every place has infrastructure. So if you want a rural youth to do agriculture or something, you waste their time. Everybody wants internet these days. You want a phone that is working, you want electricity. So we need to go back. Even when I look at Nigerian budgets, rural development, everybody has forgotten about it. Those rural places are just on their own. Nobody bothers about them. So we need to go back to the drawing board to see how we can pick very many of these things. Another country where we can pick a lot from is Brazil. We do so much. Take even this common school feeding. I was looking at the Nigeria is a place where you give very good program policies, bad name. I saw the type of sliced bread they were giving students to eat. You wouldn't even give it to your dog. Yeah? Brazil, the way they did their own school feeding, they tie it in such a way that it's the parents of the children that are providing the food. The money stays within. They don't externalize it. You need to learn how to tie many of these things. It's the mothers and co who have to do the marketing so that all the money will stay within. But not just going to borrow a concept, external concept, you don't even know how it works and you start implementing. When somebody has a question on exportation, he's talking about exporting Gary to West Africa. Please don't make that mistake. Most of West Africa produces Gary. I'm not sure you will find market. Think of a product where you can really make some something. You need a different commodity something along the value chain where you can, like I said, it's processing. There's mainly the problem. I'm not sure the African countries will want to buy Gary from you, but I'm sure Europe and others will be interested. Rather, you may go and farm the cassava there to help them because since they don't know how to do it very well. Like Ethiopia, where I stay now, they don't even know what Gary is. You can buy a tin of Gary for $50. It's true. So if you can farm it there, some of the Nigerians, our Igbo brothers who went to South Africa and go and others, they are doing a lot. But you have to do a market survey. How to move forward? That's the final question because we are taking more time. So much. Unfortunately, you talk of grant. All the organizations at work are very, very poor. African Union has no money, but they have a convening power. Power too, they have the knowledge, but they don't have money. In fact, I used to lecture in Nigeria. I lectured in University of Ibadan for 15 years. I left because of ASU strike. Because I didn't know what you people were doing. Yeah. And the moment where you now bastardize university education, I was not proud to be associated as a lecturer. That was why I carried my bag and left. So invariably, I mean, you can get in touch. We'll see how we can help. There are different agencies, different, and is also doing a lot to meet very many of their partners to help you some of these undertakings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. So we would share Prof's slides when we're sending our thank you emails. We send slide from Nisal and his own slides so that you can look at them and also study it deeply. Okay, so before we move on to the next segment, I'd love us to stand up. We've been sitting down. It's not healthy. Let's stand up. See, someone is already stretching there. Can we stand up? Thank you. Thank you.
farmer. The GRACE program took us on the impact of climate change on our agribusinesses and has helped you to adapt and to come up with strategies to mitigate against the impact of climate change. And the impact we've made is tremendous. Over 5,000 jobs have been created, with over 7,000 indirect jobs also from the people that we have empowered. We have recorded about 72% adoption of climate smart practice. People that have gone through the program have adopted one climate smart agriculture practice or the other. And that's something that we are very, very proud of. We also have our Leading African Women in Food Fellowship, where these are the voice of the voiceless. We know that women, even agripreneurs like you go through a lot of challenges in this space as you continue to walk your way to transform the food system. So these women, they shine the light. They are the voice. They speak and shed light on some of the issues so that our policymakers can take note of it and fix some of those issues. And then we also have our Scaling Export Program, where we have equipped you with the skills to be able to export beyond the local market. And today we are going to be taking a moment to celebrate every agripreneur and every change maker who has participated in this program. You did not just learn about the things we taught you, you applied the skills, you embodied the knowledge, and you brought this learning through all of the practices, all of the innovation and the leadership that you have, taken up in your businesses. So to all our nominees, I want to congratulate you for coming this far. If you were nominated today, just know that you are already a winner. Whether you are given the recognition or not, you are already a winner, the fact that you were nominated. And if you were also a participant of our program, I congratulate you. And the idea of this award today is also to inspire you. When you see the work of those people that we are recognizing today and the extra mile they have gone, we hope that the next time we gather here to celebrate, that we are also going to celebrate you. And to help us present this first set of awards, please join me as I welcome to the podium our Executive Chair at African Food Changemakers, Mr. Temi Adegoroye, to join me on the stage. All right, so the first award is the Agri-Food Innovation and Sustainability Award. And this award recognizes an individual that has demonstrated exceptional excellence in adopting innovative and sustainable practices that improve efficiency, reduce waste, and strengthen resilience against agri-food value chain. And the nominees for this category, can we roll our drums? Let's make some noise. As we announce the nominees, the first is Mercy Munene from Kenya. A round of applause for her. The next nominee is Ken Gonzalo of NutriCare from Malawi. A round of applause. Our next nominee is Esonu Ndoka Udala, the CEO of Simdozi International Limited from Nigeria. A round of applause. And the last nominee is Anne Grace Akiteng of Creative Initiative for Enterprise Development from Uganda. And the winner is, roll your drums, Ken Gonzalo of NutriCare Malawi. A round of applause. I'm sure he's joining us online, but he is a nutrition and agribusiness specialist, a social entrepreneur, and founder of NutriCare Malawi, a mission-driven agribusiness and food system consultancy, delivering nutrition-sensitive solutions and strengthening resilient, inclusive food value chains
across Malawi and sub-Saharan Africa. Under his leadership, NutriCare has pioneered nutrient-dense products, including fortified flour made from local grains, legumes, and insect proteins, implemented school and community nutrition programs, and driven innovations that reduce post-harvest losses and improve dietary diversity. Ken is a passionate advocate for youth, women, and smallholder farmers, leading capacity building programs for government, NGOs, and market actors while championing community-led nutrition, education, and agribusiness mentorship. A round of applause once again for Ken. Congratulations, Ken. Keep driving innovations that reduce food waste and advance sustainable food production. And the second person in that category, I know Ken will be joining us online. Our online viewers, I greet you wherever you are. Apologies, we cannot project you. But Ken, if you're on the line, please let the technical team know. And after this, we can give you about 30 seconds to say one or two things to accept your award. All right, so the second award in this category is the Circular Economy and Zero Waste Champion. One of the things we taught you on the BRACE program is that there should be no waste. How many of us undertook the BRACE program here? Can I see BRACE participants? Awesome, a round of applause for yourselves. All right, so this champion is taking the waste to wealth to another level. And this award seeks to celebrate an entrepreneur or organization demonstrating outstanding leadership in minimizing waste and promoting circular solutions across the agri-food value chain. And the nominees for this category are Linda Njie Limunga, a round of applause, of Limi Health and Beauty, all the way from Cameroon. The second nominee for this category is Peter Bassi of PIB Global Services from Nigeria. The third nominee in this category is Adjuan Karen from Cryle Enterprise Kenya. You can make that applause louder. And the last nominee for this category is Cletus Balongburu of Pona Prickers, Ghana. And the winner for this category, a round of applause for Adjuan Karen, who is the founder of Cryle Enterprise, a Kenyan agribusiness transforming food waste into valuable organic products that promote healthy living and environmental conservation. Beyond recycling, Karen leads the impactful Dignify Her initiative, integrating female health management, education, and skills training for teen mothers and out-of-school young women, demonstrating that circular economy solutions can also be deeply inclusive. A round of applause once again for Karen. Congratulations to you, Karen. All right, so I see someone is taking on her behalf. Thank you. Thank you for showing us how to create wealth from waste and impact from innovation. Thank you very much. And the third category, or the third award in this category, is the Market Access and Export Excellence. This is directly from our Scaling Export Program. And this award seeks to honor an entrepreneur who has successfully accessed new markets and scaled regionally or internationally. And the nominees for this category are, you can roll your drums or give an applause at this point. As we start with Chigozie Bashwa, the CEO of the North Place Limited from Nigeria, Ella Omezi of Pleroma Farms from Nigeria, Wende Mangele of Tanya Trading Company from Tanzania, Oluwumi Fakoya from JDP Global Tech Firm, Nigeria, and finally, Chimezie Obodozie of Chime Food Limited. A round of applause for all the nominees for this category. And the winner is, a round of applause, for Olawumi Fakoya, who is the CEO of JDP Global Tech Firm. Is she here? A round of applause for Olawumi as she makes her way to the stage. Awesome. She is the CEO of JDP Global, a growing Nigerian food manufacturing enterprise committed to safe, natural, and high-quality products with over a decade of experience in food quality assurance, including leadership roles at Promasido Nigeria. Olawumi has built a business rooted in excellence, compliance, and customer trust. Her work experience has expanded supply chains, strengthen market access, and position JDP Global as a credible African brand. She's also a passionate advocate for women's economic empowerment and supporting entrepreneurs with skills in packaging, labeling, and export readiness. A round of applause once again for Olawumi. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Keep pushing African brands beyond the borders. And for the fourth award in this category, we are recognizing an outstanding woman in agri-food leadership. This is really what our leading African women embodies. And this award recognizes a female entrepreneur who has demonstrated outstanding leadership, growth, and empowerment in the agri-food space. And the nominees for this category are, a round of applause, please, as we call them out. The first is Vera Osei Bonsu, Eat Smart Food Ghana. A round of applause for her. I'm sure she's with us online. We also have Chiamaka Kenwakalo, the CEO of Dish L'Afrique, Nigeria. A round of applause, please. We have the next nominee, Millicent Awino Okomu, the CEO of AgriFlex Limited. A round of applause for her. We also have Zainab Lawal Wadebe, the CEO of Seed Project Co. Limited from Nigeria. A round of applause for her. And the final nominee for this category is Irene Ekarade Etiang from Mamlo Food Limited, Kenya. And the winner is, guess who? It's Zainab Lawal Wadebe. She is a trailblazer in Nigeria's agri sector. She's here. Okay, someone is collecting it for her. Awesome. She's leading the Seed Production Co. Limited, company dedicated to producing, processing, and marketing high-quality vegetables and arable crop seeds. As the only indigenous woman to own and lead a seed company in Nigeria, Zainab has pioneered local vegetable production, breaking new grounds in an industry historically dominated by imported seed. Through an innovative in-grower and outgrower scheme, the organization provides sustainable income opportunities to smallholder farmers, 75% of whom are female. That's amazing. By integrating good agricultural practice, climate adaptation strategies, and financial literacy programs, Zainab is not only enhancing farm productivity and resilience, but also empowering women to become key players in the seed value chain. Congratulations, Zainab. Keep being a light and innovating towards Africa's food security and impacting more women and youth in your community. Another round of applause for Zainab. And okay, music is finally coming. All right. So the final award for this category is the Emerging Agri-Food Leader. And this award seeks to celebrate a young agripreneur showing exceptional promise, creativity, and leadership. And the nominees for this category are, a round of applause, as I call them out, Iyanoluwa Adekombi of the Nurture Green Agro Consult. We also have Mary Jane Awai, Farmcraft Foods, and Hilary Chikambi of Petani Fresh Produce. And the winner is, can you guess? Who? Iyan. Iyanoluwa Adekombi of the Natural Green with expertise in greenhouse management, crop protection, and precision agriculture. She is committed to empowering farmers through education, innovation, and sustainable practices, helping build a more resilient food system. Congratulations, Iyanoluwa. Keep challenging the status quo and changing the future of African agriculture. Can we put a round of applause for all of our nominees and all of our winners? So I congratulate all our nominees and all our winners. You remind us that impact is built through courage, consistency, collaboration, and purpose. You represent the very best of African agri-food innovation and leadership. And to us that are seated here, cheering them up, we hope to also cheer you up next year. We hope that you'll be called upon, you'll be nominated, and you will win an award in the next category. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our executive chair, for being on the honor. I hand over to Anna. Oh no, before I hand over to Anna, I'd like to call on our membership coordinator to take us through the membership community of African food chain makers. A round of applause for her. She's an amazing lady, and she put this event together. A round of applause for her.
Thank you very much, Pachi. Good afternoon, esteemed agri-food SMEs. Now, I want the whole idea behind this event is that you have worked from January to December, Abby. It's time to relax now. So I'm going to do something and I want you to respond. If you know you have done well this year, if you know you have, thrived in your business, made profit, at least, maybe even if it's not where you want to be, but you have moved, I want you to join me in doing this now. Are we together? Good afternoon, agri-food SMEs in Africa. I want you to give yourself a resounding round of applause. Please keep going. We are all amazing. Everybody in this hall is creating something new. Everybody here is innovating. Everybody is innovating in the production sector, in the processing sector, in the agri-tech sector. Please give yourself a round of applause again. African Food Change Makers, it's a membership organization. You must have heard that earlier on. And what we do is to reach out to everybody here across Africa, bring everybody under one digital ecosystem, one digital hub, one roof, and allow everybody to do what? To collaborate, to meet themselves, to do businesses together, work together, to share experiences together. That is what we do at African Food Change Makers. And if you are an African Food Chain Maker community member seated here with us or online, I want you to give us a wiper. If you remember, let me see you. I wish I can see our online participants so that I can see their hands up. Well done, you all are doing great things. And if you are not a member, I must tell you, you are missing out. A few minutes ago, we heard from our board member, Professor Jerome, opportunities in Africa for African agri-food SMEs. You know where you will find
those opportunities. You know where you will find those funding opportunities, training opportunities, trade opportunities. You will find them in the African Food Chain Makers community. That is what we do in our hall. And so I enjoyed everybody here who is not yet a member to look at your tag. Look at your delegate tag, you will see a QR code. Scan the QR code and it will take you to our hub where you register. Before you can become a member, you need to own an SME, an Agri-Food SME. And you need to be operating on any of the value chain within the agri-food industry. So from farm to table, production, processing, agri-tech, agri-impute dealer, even restaurant owners, chefs, and the like. Everybody is welcome within the community. Imagine a community where you have a farmer and can easily connect with the processor. You can imagine the kind of business that would go on there. And then the processor can easily connect with the market. We are the umbrella for agri-food SMEs in Africa. My colleagues will go around. If you need help, just put your hand up. They will go around and help you with that. You need, oh my goodness, that's and you need the light to put up the QRP, the link as well. But anyway, for you to join the African Food Chain Makers, please go to our website www.afchub.org. After this event, we'll follow up with everybody here to ensure that you all join our community. While we wait for the lights to come on and the projection to come on, we are going to do a little game. And there is a gift for the game. I told you that we have partners that have said that nobody here should go back empty-handed. And so the best way we can do this is to get everybody involved and participate. So we are going to do a game. I'm going to ask a question, and the first person to put his hand up to answer the question and get the question would win a prize from us. Are we ready? Can you all get me up there? Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you. I like that. No, you can get my voice, right? Yeah. Okay. Now the first question. First question. What is the tagline for African Food Chain Makers? Put your will call you. A team member will call you. Okay, sir. Somebody. This project. Please give her a round of applause. Is she correct? Is she correct? Yes. Think not for ourselves and for effort and things. So please give her a round of applause.
Correct. I like to talk loud.
Okay, one last try. There is a problem. People are getting it, but there's somebody flourishing Africa and thinking of global narrative. Okay. Stand up. Who can tell me the difference between from what she said and from others? Don't worry, there's nourishing Africa and changing global narrative. Yeah, so the two people who got the answers right have our so remember, please take their name. Take their name, please, so that once you step out for the follow up. One more question. One more question. So one more question for our committee members before we go. We have something else for you, and this is why we are here. What we are going to do next. But one more question. We have listened, we have heard about what people are here. I need 3 persons to give me one word each about what we do in African food change makers. The first 3 persons, don't mention anything yet. When you stand up, we'll call you out. When you stand up, you speak. But the first 3 persons, for a balance, we'll do 2 down, 2 up. Do we have our virtual participants up yet? No. Don't worry, virtual house. We'll still have something for you. Okay. One word that talks about what we do at African food chain makers. Please don't say changing narratives or nourishing Africa. I want it to be more specific now, especially for our members that have participated in everything that we do and benefited from us. Team members, where's Gloria Prince?
3 persons. 2 persons downstairs, 2 persons upstairs. Should I just? Okay, so I'll just use my discretion. I start in green, the lady in green. One word that describes what we do at AFC. One word. It could be a simple word or a compound word, but one word. I know where you're coming from. I want to follow you go that place, but you are not there yet. Let us see if you have competition in the house. Yes, my brother there. No. Yes, you. Yes. Okay, networking. Okay. Yes. No, you're not there yet. You're not there. So we have one, networking, right? We all agree networking. Please give me 2 people upstairs. There is something I'm looking for. I don't know why people, I thought that would be the first thing. What linkages? I said it could be. You are looking familiar. I should know a team member. Okay. One more person. Lady in red. No, well, what we do entirely is for your transformation. I'm looking for keywords. Pardon? That's a summary. There is something I'm looking for. Growth. Who said it? Please give me Olaya a round of applause. Olaya Julius, please give him a round of applause. Capacity building. Listen, if you don't know anything, hold on. So I have 2 words. I have 3 words already. Hold on. I have 3 words already. I have the networking, I have market linkage, and I have capacity building. Yeah, so no. I said what describes, what is that word? And it's something that when you open our website, you will see it all over the place. But we have closed that already. So we have 3 of them. This man here in blue, the lady that said capacity building, the man that said capacity building, and the lady that said market linkage. Team members, please get their names. I will see them as a round of applause. I really wish that we all could register now and become part of African Food Change Makers, because in the coming year, we have a lot in store for African agri-SMEs in Africa. We are doing a lot of things. We are talking with partners. NERSAL is one of them, and we are already thinking of what we can do together for you. So please, once you leave this environment, once you leave this hall, visit our website, www.afchub.org, and register to be part of us. Let me tell you what you stand to gain. 1, you get to connect with every other agri-food SMEs across 49 countries in Africa. You learn, you share knowledge, you share experience. That is on one hand. 2, we curate a lot of funding opportunities for our members. And if you are a member and you have not taken advantage of that, please go to our website, click on opportunities. You will see funding, you will see capacity building, you will see markets, you see net events and all of that. Click on anyone that suits you and make sure you apply. I tell you, you need to plan for next year to apply for a lot of opportunities. If you apply for a lot, at least 1, 2, 3 will come to your doorstep. So let us make 2026 our own. Let us not rely on whatever challenges are out there. Let us go out, look out for these opportunities, and take advantage of them. We have what we call the online marketplace. So if you are a member of the African Food Changemakers and you do a lot of processing, you produce foods, food items, either crops, livestock, whatever it is, even processed products. You know, we have among us members that produce coffee. We have among us members that produce chocolates, right? We have among us members that produce cookies and so on and so forth. And they spotlight their products on our online marketplace. And when you put your products on our online marketplace, our visitors on the website will see you and connect with you directly. So don't miss out on these opportunities. We have a lot of programs, like the program coordinator program manager had spoken earlier on. We have trainings, certification trainings actually, trainings with certificates on building resilience against climate and environmental shocks. And you heard Professor Jerome today. You need to be well equipped around climate. You need to know what is happening. You need to know the issues, and you need to know the opportunities that are there. So you should be part of us so that you can know when next we are starting the cohort. We have the scaling export programs. We have our open export series that we hold every month. We have our first Thursday meetings that will bring everybody together and discuss the issues that we face that particular month and see how we can solve it. So you see that we are a community and we support each other. That is what we do. We support each other. If you come to our community, our hub, you will see people posting and saying that they have this opportunity to make some supplies, but they don't have that capacity. They need somebody to partner, and you are not in that community. Look at opportunities you are missing out. Join the African Food Changemakers today. Immediately you step out of this hall and you gain access to the internet. What do you need to become a member? You need a registered business. Your business must be registered by CAC and even SMIDAN. So SMIDAN also gives certificates to Nigerian SMEs. And in other African countries as well, you should be able to you must be registered according to the business requirements in your country. That's where we know that you are formal, because a lot of opportunities we put on our hub are only open to formal businesses. A lot of people will not give you money if you don't have a business name, if you don't have a structure. So you must have all of this, and that is when we welcome you into the community. You must have a registered business, whether you're in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, but within the 56 countries in Africa, you are welcome to become part of the African Food Changemakers. You must own this business, or at least operate at senior level in these businesses. So that means that you have a share, you have a stake in this particular business to become a member of the African Food Changemakers community. You should have a logo. You should have a corporate headshot at least, so that when anybody opens our website and wants to see our members, they see good, decent, fine faces, right? So when you are registering, immediately you leave this hall, make sure you get your CAC handy or whatever business document that indicates that you are registered with the government. Make sure you have a logo, your business name, your headshot, your website, social media handles, even though you don't have a website, but you should be active on social media. I want to take it for granted that everybody here is on social media. LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, what we call the X now. What's there again? Facebook. I think everybody here should be on Facebook. So if you are on any of all of these platforms, then you are welcome to register with the African Food Changemakers. Why is this important? Remember that our tagline is nourishing Africa and doing what? Changing global narratives. Who will change these global narratives? It's you. Who will tell your story to the world? It's you. Americans will not tell your story as an African agri-SME. No, you will tell your story. You need to put out there what you do here in Africa. That is why we encourage you to be active on social media and promote your business so that the world will see what African agri-SMEs are doing. Once you have all of these things, we'll take 24 to 48 hours to verify you, because we need to ensure that the space is safe for everybody to interact, collaborate, and transact. So we'll verify you between 24 to 48 hours, check your digital footprint, check and confirm that your business truly exists, and then we'll welcome you into our hall. If you are not yet a member, and after everything I have said now, you are thinking that you want to be a member, please let me see your hand up. Team members, are people seeing anything? Please let me see your hands up. If you are not a member, but after what I have said, you want to become a member, let me see your hand up. Fantastic. Team member, please take note of everybody putting their hand up. We'll follow up with you, and even every other person that is still thinking. We will still send you email. We'll work together. This agri-food future that we want to change, we want to strengthen, we'll do it together. So when I say AFC, please shout changing narratives, because that's how we'll be greeting now. AFC, AFC, AFC. Please give yourselves a round of applause. So while that is going on, the next segment should have been a networking session when we would all go out and discuss. Remember, it's a mixer, and we are supposed to make new connections today. But because of time, we are going to push that towards lunch. But what we are going to do now is to have an ecosystem discussion. Okay, so I've been corrected now. Before we go into the ecosystem discussion, which is going to be interesting, so just take your time and relax. All of you will talk. No other person is coming up stage to talk. You will tell us what you do and how you are contributing to the agri-food ecosystem. The whole idea is that after the session, a lot of people will come and meet you based on what you would have said, based on what you would have contributed here, and they will take your number. So make sure you are ready mentally to actually speak about what you do and how you are ready to change the global narrative, how you are ready to strengthen our agri-food future, and the kind of collaboration you need. But before we go into that, I will hand over to the operations manager, Ruth Egbe, to carry on with the round 2 of the award. Please give her a round of applause.
Is that all the clapping we can do? After all our membership coordinator has said the benefits, please let's put our hands together for Ebere, our membership coordinator. There are lots of things. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. There are lots of benefits she listed here, but I want you to know that those benefits are not exhaustible. There are still many more benefits you can get. And why I say that is because one of the key offerings we give as a community is peer-to-peer support, peer-to-peer training, peer-to-peer networking, which doesn't have a scope, it's limitless. What your peers can help you accomplish. And she has come to talk about our community, and we have identified that in this community, there are people who are working hard to galvanize the community. There are people who are working hard to tell their stories, to do storytelling around agri-businesses. One of the things I want to note before we get into the award section is that agri-SMEs are doing a lot. Yet, our impact as agri-SMEs is not as appreciated. And one of the things that cause it is the fact that we lack the visibility required to be seen. Because if you light your candle and you put it under a bushel, it won't help anybody. And so one of the things we do in capacity building is to help you tell your story. Just this afternoon, I met somebody in the crowd and she had her products and all her labels were facing her. And I said, if somebody comes to take a picture of you, they will see the back of your product and they don't know your name. They don't know your face. They know your face, they don't know your name. Your product tells the story. So we must learn how to position properly and be visible in order to expand our reach. And that's one thing we're committed to do with everyone in our community. And that's why this year we introduced the Agri-Story Lab, but I will not go into it because we're identifying the award. We're talking about the awards that relate to our community. So the next set of awards we'll be presenting today are what we call the Community Impact Awards. People who are visible within and outside the community. People who are not only visible, but they are galvanizing the community. They are encouraging people, mobilizing community members to engage. And so these 4 awards celebrate individuals and organizations within our community who are not only building successful agri-food ventures, but are also shaping ecosystems, strengthening livelihoods, and changing how African agribusiness is seen, felt, and experienced. They recognize the impact that goes beyond profit, impact to impact, measured in people reached, communities strengthened, systems improved, and stories that inspire collective progress. So for this category, I will be inviting our distinguished board chair, Oni Mbahurike, to deliver the awards. Please, let's put our hands together for our board chair.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We'll soon have lunch. All right. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners of the last award. Thank you so much. I hope you feel celebrated. Into our team, and you also feel empowered. We've talked about a lot about what the membership offers, the benefits of it. I want to also tell you that the board is also thinking about ways to expand those benefits, with especially where we are today at Nassau, financing and funding being a key part of that. So that is on the way. So kicking off the first award, which is really the Agri-Food Storytelling and Brand Influence Award. The Agri-Food Storytelling and Brand Influence Award recognizes an individual or business that has significantly reshaped perception of African agribusiness. And they've done this through powerful storytelling. Brand Positive Impact Leader Awards are, we have Ajoke Amusat, the grocery lady, Miriam Ahmed, Taste of Arawa, and Princess Adeyinka, Happy Coffee. And the winner is Princess Adeyinka. Woo! Can we give a round of applause for her?
Someone is coming to collect the award of Happy Coffee, Nigeria's pioneering indigenous coffee. 20 years from the University of Phoenix, she launched the company in 2015 with 5,000 seed capital from the Tony Elumelu Foundation, inspired by the Starbucks story. Starting with a mobile cafe, Happy Coffee has grown into pop-ups, 3 Lagos experience centers, and 10 retail products, including house blends for home use. In collaboration with African food changemakers, she has co-created content, amplified social media, and joined in local value chains and building African brands with global relevance. She presents with clarity, credibility, and conviction, making complex food system stories accessible and aspirational. So congratulations, Princess Adeyinka and our representative takes her award on her behalf. Please, let's put our hands together for her. Present is and elevating the food. Let's put our hands together again for Princess Adeyin. Next award category.
Our coffee. Okay, the next award is Agri-Food Ecosystem Catalyst Award. This award celebrates a community member who has consistently driven collaboration, mentorship, and meaningful contribution across the African food changemakers ecosystem. The nominees are Alex Madaki, Bitos Food, Linda Manyeza, Foodmaster South Africa, Adane Uche, Addis Agro Processing Limited. And the winner is Adana Uche, Addis Agro Processing Limited.
Adana Uche is the founder and CEO of Addis Agro Processing Limited, a fast-growing food processing company committed to promoting healthy, preservative-free nutrition and empowering smallholder farmers. With a degree in foreign languages and literature and over 24 years of combined corporate and entrepreneurial experience, she brings strong leadership, vision, and passion to Africa's agri-food sector. Under her guidance, Adi has built a diverse product portfolio, including natural spices, herbal teas, baby blends, gluten-free flours, and pasa, a sodium-free seasoning now available to consumers in Nigeria, the UK, and the US. Adane has consistently served as a strong AFC community catalyst, driving active engagement by facilitating experience sharing sessions, stimulating marketplace interactions, and enabling successful partnerships and member referrals. Congratulations, Adane Uche, from everywhere you're listening, and our representative receiving from her. Keep driving collaborations within the African food ecosystem and our community. We're going to the next award.
All right, congratulations, Adana, and that's a very profile. I think those are the stories that we definitely need of these. Both gluten-free foods, natural food, are actually in high demand globally. All right, the next award, the Agri-Food Community Impact Leader, honors an individual or organization that makes a clear, measurable difference in community livelihoods. And this has come through both in food security and also inclusive development. The nominees are Amaka Allison, Molson Agro Foods Nigeria, Emmanuel Kapalam Mula, Teomi Farming Services Malawi, Hadija Nankaja, Community Women Enterprise Network Uganda. And the winner is Amaka Allison, Molson Agro Foods Nigeria Limited.
Okay, while we wait for the representative to come up and collect the award on her behalf, Amaka Anita Allison is a chartered accountant and a visionary founder of Malson Productions and Malson Agro Farms Nigeria Limited, both committed to advancing climate-smart agriculture. She's an active member of the African Women Entrepreneurship Program, the Women of Chambers of Commerce, the Enugu State Young Farmers Club, and the Africa Food Change Makers. She specializes in cultivating gourmet and medicinal mushrooms with a strong focus on training local farmers, particularly women and youth. Amaka Allison has made a direct and measurable impact within the community through her strong membership recruitment success rates and by organizing a targeted training workshop that built capacity and improved outcomes for mushroom farmers. Congratulations, Amaka Allison. Keep making a difference in livelihoods, food security, and beyond. The final award in this category, the last but not the least, will be presenting now.
All right. Thank you and congrats. The final award is the Agri-Food Entrepreneur of the Year. Recognizes an exceptional agripreneur who has demonstrated outstanding business growth. Awaju, Jet Farms Nigeria and D Farms and Spices, Raphael Osazegi, Raf Havens Farms, and Adiola Samuel, Divine Manna Confectionery. And the winner is Jerry Toby. Can we give a round of applause for the entrepreneur of the year?
Jerry Toby Olarowaju is a visionary active. He's team lead at Jet Farms and Agro Solutions Limited, where he spearheads transformative initiatives to address post-harvest losses, promote climate-smart agriculture, expand market access, and drive inclusive innovation across Nigeria. He's also the founder of Farm to Sea Africa, the Continent Platform, and the More Food and Spices, a value-added food brand committed to quality and nutrition. With over 10 years of experience in the agri-food value chain, Jerry operates at the nexus of technology, nutrition, and sustainability. He has empowered over 5,000 smallholder farmers, promoted the adoption of vitamin A maize, orange flesh sweet potato, and zinc-rich cassava, and championed food traceability and safety for both local and humanitarian supply chains. Widely recognized as the chief farmer of Africa, Jerry leverages storytelling by a youth representative on Nigeria's Agriculture and Food Security Council, and is the convener of the Nigerian Youth Food System Summit. His collaborations span leading global organizations, including USAID, AFA International, GIZ, GSMA, and AGRA. Jerry's mission is simple yet bold: to build a resilient, transparent, and nutrition-driven food system where no household is left behind. Toby is a dogged entrepreneur and agripreneur whose resilience in navigating the challenges of the agri-food ecosystem sets him apart as a true model change maker. As one of AFC's narrative changer ambassadors, he consistently champions AFC's mission beyond his own enterprise. As an active community member, he proudly represents AFC and engagement to do so as well. He also serves as a speaker at various events where he passionately discusses the reality, opportunity, and transformative potential of Africa agri-food sector. Toby, I want to congratulate you personally before I give you the full congratulations. Keep growing, keep innovating, and making impact in the food and agriculture ecosystem for a more secure future of food. I have served on a panel with him not once, not twice. Toby is an active change maker. Let's put our the opportunity to celebrate enough. Yes. Do we agree? Yeah. He will speak for a short. Let's give him time. Yes.
I think
just pardon us. I think we need to, if we talk about changing narratives, that also means celebrating our own. That means giving credit and honor to whom it's due. And I think it's also for the inspiration, because I'm inspired by what Toby has done and will continue to do. And I think we can learn one or two things from him. Do we agree? So we'll just give him 1 or 2 minutes, to just share, something that befits the award as well. Toby.
Thank you very much. To God be the glory. Great things he has done. First and foremost, I want to say a very big thank you to the team that organized this, AFC. I want to say thank you to Nigerians. I want to thank you to everyone that has believed in me. I'm happy to tell you that, and I'm not going to take your time, I'm happy to tell you that one simple goal that I've had since I took this resolution of joining the food system is to ensure that I feed the globe. Many people that have followed me, either physically, they know how tenacious, how interesting, how it can so be, how I can be in the face of everyone to ensure that this food system work. It might not be easy now, but one thing I'm so sure that in the next decade, the young people will actually rule the food system and will actually change the food system and create an impact that will be lasting for generations to come. I want to say thank you very much for this great opportunity. I promise, as you keep on doing this great nation, keep on empowering farmers, keep on we all, at the end of the day, not just farmers, but rich and wealthy entrepreneurs, billionaires, great entrepreneurs from the agri-food system. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and God bless you.
We put our hands together. All the time. Thank you very much for waiting so far. So there's just one thing keeping us from lunch, because lunch is scheduled for 3 and we're going to keep it at 3. So one thing keeping us from lunch is the ecosystem discussion, and I'll be calling back our coordinator to have that to anchor the conversation. Please, someone from the AFC team should grab a hold on her for that conversation to hold. And in the next 20, we will have the conversation and we can flow into the networking, which is going to be good with lunch. But before she comes, can we just have some feedback from everyone as to how today has been? So I want to say something about today. Today was really challenging. There were lots of challenges in this event. However, if we sit on the challenges, we'll never move forward. And that's why resilience is one of the things that we build into our entrepreneurs as capacity. The reason for that is to know that there are things that will go wrong. Many things go wrong. But with resilience, you're able to broach those challenges, and it will seem like you have something different from others. But all you have is the skill of resilience. You're able to preempt issues and challenges, and you're able to prepare for them. So that's why we do building resilience. That's why we do capacity building, because we want you to prepare for challenges that might come so that you have mitigants ready to address those challenges and then stay afloat. So I will be, like I said, I'll be calling, handing back to our coordinator to moderate the discussion, short discussion, which will flow into lunch. Put your hands together one more time for yourselves and for the awardees of today. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm back. Please give yourselves a round of applause. This is the format that we will take. We'll take some persons within the room. We'll take some persons online. Team member, please prompt me if there is anybody online that needs to speak. Now, here is your opportunity to sell yourself, to tell us what you do, to tell us how, the role you are playing. Please don't tell us government should. We have heard all that a long time ago. Abi? You as an agri-SME, you as a development partner, you as a financial institution, you as an agri-tech, what are you doing? What are you doing to ensure that our African agri-food ecosystem is strengthened for tomorrow? After now, we would have lunch and networking. And so when you come out for lunch and network, these are the conversations you will have with people you will be conversing with or networking with, right? So let's go. You tell us your name, you put your hand up, you tell us your name, the business that you do, the problem you are solving. Okay, the problem you are solving, the project you are currently handling, and how you are strengthening our agri-food ecosystem for tomorrow. And the kind of collaboration you seek from this mixer today. It is a mixer. Mixer means that you come here and you meet new people and connect, make new connections. So what kind of collaborations are you seeking to have today? Now the floor is open. Please make your conversations real and practical, please. So put your hand up. Okay, so you tell me what you do and the value chain you operate in, the agri-food sector you operate in. There are a lot of people here that are agri-food enthusiasts as well. You want to become an agripreneur, you don't know how to start. Ask your question now. Somebody in this hall will answer you. So this is a mixer that we came for. I have one person there. Oh, wow. Do we have anybody upstairs? How many? Count yourselves. Okay, are we going to leave here today? Do we have anybody online? Who are our team members? No, sir. Sylvester. Do we have anybody online? Okay, so let's start with the room. Yes, yes, you. Turn on your mic, please, and speak.
Production of legumes, some area crops too. So recently, I've understood the concept that, please let me start. I find it more polite, if you don't mind. Thank you. So recently, I've understood the concept that we Nigerians are more of in being interested in getting ample of yield, high yield quantity. So we settle for what we call genetically modified seeds, GMOs. So, and being a victim of this year government policy that leads to the crash of feed prices, like every other farmers, I get to understand that if I do not get to sell less or find a way to process them, then I won't get to replant them because GMOs cannot be planted again. So as a plant breeder and genetics students, I guess to understand that we can always find a way of multiplying our seed organically, and that's what I'm working on. And beyond trying to provide organically modified seeds for good production, I'm recently doing the World Antimicrobial Awareness Week. I facilitated a program called Antimicrobial Resistance Prevention Initiative that was held at the Better by Far University of Illinois.
through a leadership network I found called the Thriving Leadership Network. Because in student political terrain, I serve as my state student national spokesperson, Kwara State Student National spokesperson. So I believe that another menace, because I have a veterinary doctor here who has enlightened me more as I start. Please kindly help me appreciate her. She has done so well in enlightening me. So I guess you understand that it's a menace because beyond we farmers planting to survive and planting to make profits, we're actually killing the population with the fact that the incessant use of antimicrobials, antibiotics, or unregulated use, we are contributing to the buildup of antimicrobial buildups in those crops. And when consumed, later up, develops in the consumer, and when they take antibiotics, it becomes effective. There are even a day-old child was tested positive of colistin, and he becomes so resistant for the most strongest antimicrobial resistance. So I'm currently working on finding a solution to the use of GMO and finding a way we can control antimicrobial resistance. Thank you so much, AFC, for the platform, and I look forward to connect with you all. Thank you.
I tell you that the person you should meet is in this room. Ruby, I'm going to set you up with that young man. Once it's time for lunch, make sure you reach out. She's one of our ambassadors, and you need to tell her your story. She does a lot of things within the area you do, operate. So look out for her immediately after this session. Please give him a round of applause. Yes, another person, I saw a hand there. Okay, you. Please turn on your mic. Until it turns red. It's not fair.
Yeah, my name is Engineer Israel Ayua. I am the CEO of somebody is talking here. Should I go on? Yes, I am talking. Here, I'm here. Yes. Okay, I am Israel, and we are into nursing and sales of oil palm seedlings. You know, the oil palm value chain has been long. As the oil value chains, we have positioned ourselves where we raise oil palm seedlings and we sell, and thereby promoting the palm revolution. We create palm, develop innovations that promote water and sanitation. And our heat product there is a wash innovation that treats water without the use of chemicals. And because in agriculture, you cannot do agriculture successfully without safe water. So safety is a concern. So we have this as our product. When it comes to our prayers, we look for partnerships that help us to develop our product, like the sustainable water innovation. And then in the area of palm value chain, we want to take a holistic approach to the palm revolution, where we nurse, we plant, we process, and we market. That is the angle we are praying for partnership. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anybody here interested in the oil palm business or currently operating in the oil palm business? Okay. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear.
I will not stop.
I said, is there anybody operating in the oil palm business or interested in the oil palm business? Okay, so look around. Look around, look around. After now, please make sure you connect with yourselves. It's very important. And we are going to reach out to you after now as well to see how many collaborations turned out fruitful. So I'll call on Ibrahim from Stanbic Bank. He's also one of our partners. He will tell us the product that Stanbic Bank has for agri-food SMEs, especially here in Nigeria.
No.
Okay, your mic sounds very familiar. Okay, can every other person turn off their mic? Okay, this one.
Hello. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so at Stanbic IBTC, we are very much particular with SME. I don't know of any other bank, but we actually created a team which handles the SME aspect of the country. And one of our major focus for 2026 is to improve on funding to the SME market. And based on what this forum is doing, we have a robust agribusiness team. And just as NISA alluded to when the director was presenting, we actually have the largest portfolio with NISA in Nigeria, in excess of tens of billions that we've supported people that are especially into processing. Because we believe that looking at the figures being rolled out on food spoilage in the country, in excess of about 10 billion on yearly basis. And if you look at that ecosystem, you discover that it's because of lack of infrastructure and funding of the agro-processors, which I believe are very much many in this hall. You can be rest assured that even if you don't have tangible collateral, we can walk you through with NISA, where you just need to provide 25% of what is expected as collateral, while we augment the remaining with 75% from NISA, and there is no SOL. So there is no single obligor limit. Whether you want 10 billion, 20 billion, we have the funding. And another advantage that Stanbic IBTC provides is that we are a member of Standard Bank, and Standard Bank is in 5 continents, not only Africa. And we have a collaboration with other African countries, whether you want to do intra-African trading or to the other part of the world, like China, like US. We have a couple of our customers that are exporting into those markets. You don't need to look for, we will provide you with the technical capability that is needed to enter into those countries. Another opportunity is that we have big players in the world that consult Stanbic for market linkage. So we can link you with the likes of Barry Callebaut, the e-com of this world, to export your product. So we are all in one when it comes to agribusiness. I'll be ready to support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. So all of you that have funding matters, please make sure you see Ibrahim during lunch. Let me hear from you.
Ebere.
Okay.
Hello.
Question for the family line. So someone here is
Hello.
what?
Hello. Okay.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Paul Ndubiso Semeka. My name is John Paul.
My name is Miriam Ahmed Haman. I'm an agro-entrepreneur. Okay. Okay. I'm the founder of products, which I call a home of Nigerian nutritional foods and products. What inspired me was during COVID, a lot of people were scared to eat foods that were open. So I did a lot of research within 2021 and found that there's a need so that local foods in the rural communities can be processed and packaged for health and safety. So my drive and my passion is to see that local foods across the 6 jobs are recognized. For example, cannot, that's ogbono. You have less visibility and processing and packaging for that. You also have tamarind, monkey tamarind. These are local foods that when we are little, we take, and we don't put much recognition there. So my aim is to say that this local food make a food chain of non-chemical-free foods and that are really healthy. So I came with two inventions. I did a research and I came up with Mahan fish spice. I use some crumbs of local fish, dried fish, and mix them with pepper to augment people who cannot afford to eat fish. I also did research on turmeric and other products. I use them for colored jollof rice spice. I'm currently working on rice flour masa. A collaboration, I would love to collaborate with companies that I can have machine where I can export oils, like for Benny seed, and then bitter cola processing and also funds. Thank you.
Okay. But the healthy agro farm there is intentional. Based on that, the problem we are solving is the problem of inadequate food supply and food security. We come to realize that a lot of foods are exposed, that people do not eat healthy anymore. And so we started this business because we discovered that there is, trending and expanding, opportunities in agribusiness. So about coming into the industry, we decided to carve out a niche that is very unique. So we try to culture our fish, catfish more especially, with healthy approved feeds, not cutting corners, so that our clients and customers will be able to meet up our goals and our objectives. So we actually culture. After the culture, we also process. We do dry fish and package them hygienically, so that and also that when our customers eat, they will eat healthy. Also, we intend to collaborate with people, packaging industry, those that can help us brand our package, because in the past we use normal Ziploc, though we have our logo, but we needed to have a more face, what we call brand positioning. Okay, so and coming into in contact with AFC, we have actually also learned how to do what? To manage our waste. So now we treat our water from the fish water. We trade them for those who are into agriculture, who plant crops and all that, because it's a very good, nutritious, manure for those who plant vegetables. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So those within the room that are into branding, packaging, please connect with him after now. Anna.
Okay, so we have a question from Patricia Oibo. She's asking, she says, Mr. Stambik, what is your interest in percentage?
Okay, thank you for the question. So I think we have a bit of misconception about interest rate in Nigeria. So first of all, for commercial lending, banks cannot lend below MPR. So we always hear that CBN is meeting today for MPR meeting, and they set it was around 27.5. Currently, it's 27%. So for commercial lending, you can't lend below 27% in Nigeria. And let me give you a typical example. No bank will lend to you at 27% right now because apart from the interest rate being set by CBN, you are also in business to make profit. So you have to add a bit of, let's say, a margin of 2.5% to that 27 to make it profitable to you. And that's purely commercial. So for when NISA was presenting, they mentioned something that for agri to thrive, you cannot base it on commercial lending. And that's where development finance funds comes in, where the likes of Anchor Borrowers Program, where it was a single-digit loan, and Commercial Agricultural Credit Scheme, it was also a single-digit loan. Currently, there is a program being handled by World Bank, the LPRES. I don't know if we have idea of that, DBN LPRES. Okay, so that's at 16%. So those kind of funds, when we get them, we can lend at a lower rate than the commercial rate that CBN sets. So, but for commercial lending, it's at, so you see 29, 30. But when we get funds from international donors, they'll be the one to set the rules to say, okay, we want these funds to be given to aggregators, to farmers, to processors, and we don't want you to lend above 10% or above 12%. Then that is accessible. So, and the prof from FA also mentioned that we need such funds to be able to solve the problem, because you know the profit in agribusiness is a little profit margin, and you can't when you put too much on farmers, it's a recipe for default on those loans. So there are some blended finance that we do if your business qualifies for it, because everything has to be on the basis of what the development finance says. For DBN, it's purely livestock, processors, feed producers, and the like, but it's directed towards livestock. And if you have a livestock business that fits into what EPRES is trying to fund, you are very much welcome. We can't lend above 16. Looking at you make much more profit there. If there are other funds that are geared towards other value chains, like something that a Procom Plus is trying to bring for some other value chains, we are surely ready to support you in that aspect. So there is no single interest. If it is commercial lending, be rest assured that it will be above 27% set by CBN, because we lend below that. But if it's the blended finance, then we'll play by the rules of the
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Please, if you have any other question, you can see him after now. And our online participants will find a way to connect you with our Stanbic Bank partners. And another question from online.
Okay, so this is from Aliu Sise. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. He says, how can those members who are not within Nigeria, this question is for you. How can those members who are not within Nigeria be able to attend your capacity? Startups.
Okay. And I said that we have about 9,000 members across 49 countries, everybody virtually. A majority of our training programs are virtual. So whether you are in Nigeria or take advantage of our training programs. We also take some of our training programs to different locations now and then, okay? So that means that if you're a member, you would always get this notification so that when we are in your vicinity, have for you and you will participate. So you can attend our leading residence scaling expo, leading women, leading African we have training to mentor that will show that you don't make themselves would have made. So that's how we provide mentorship and ensure that our trainings go across Africa. Now for startup, at the moment, we are working with Agri-SME. So that means that you have started, right? You have started. No, you're not about to start. But in 2026, it is one of our plans to actually reach out to Agri-SMEs who are enthusiasts, Agri-SMEs who want to join. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to start, but they're interested. So we are reaching out to we are going to put up a program for them next year. I was about to say next week. It's almost New Year. Yeah, so that is one of the plans that we have for the ecosystem here in Africa, and we'll definitely communicate to you when there is any other update. Definitely reach out to you. I've been told here that I'm running out of time and our food is getting cold. And I know that everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to tell their own story. Please, let us go for lunch. Yes, but so even when we go for lunch, don't see it that it's over, right? You go for lunch, make sure you network, make sure you make 4 strong connections from this room. Very important. We will follow up with you. 4 strong connections from this room. On this note, operations manager to close us so that we can have a group picture and go for lunch. I am hungry as you are as well. So let's give a round of applause for the operations manager, Ruth Egbe.
I want to call our programs manager as well so that we can take this session together as we wrap up, because we want to just speak about a few things that we are looking out for 2026. Someone asked a question, what we have in store, and there are things we have in store. So she'll start with the some of the outlook, our end, and then we'll do our closing remarks and we can go. Thank you.
All right, so we'll be very, 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 very quick. African food change makers. Are we zoning out? African food chain makers. Okay, you guys don't want to hear our plans for 2026. Okay, we'll be very quick. All right, so the first one is that we are going to be designing new programs, right? Ebere has already talked about some of those new programs. Some of you have undergone the LAF program, the BRACE program, the SEP, and they have been very impactful. We are going to consolidate, build on the gains of what Brace, SEP, and LAF has done, and also based on the emerging and unique needs that we identify in the community, would design new programs. Another thing to provide more of those market access for you. The third one is that we are going to be, a lot of us have said about AFCFTA, about CADEB, that's the Comprehensive African Food Change Makers is going to organize our voices. We are going to be able to speak with one voice so that regulators, financiers would hear us and give us those opportunities. When we do it individually, nobody hears us. But when we come together and speak collectively, the world stops and they hear us. And in 2026, we are going to be doing a lot of convening. We are going to be doing a lot of consultation with you. So when you see our emails, please make yourselves available and come for some of those dialogues. Then we are also going to be expanding our reach. All right, so let me bring my colleague to talk about that.
So we have a lot of virtual community members that logged in today. Okay, so we have a lot of community members that logged in today. And part of what we're looking now to do in 2026 is to expand this kind of mixers across Africa. Excuse me, please. If you're speaking, this is not the time to speak. Ruby, I have to call your name. This is not the time to speak. You're interrupting, and we just wish you will give us some time to conclude, and then you can get into networking. Please, let's respect some of the, because we've gone through a lot of challenges here, but we're doing this because we want to expand so that our entrepreneurs will begin to have face-to-face connections. We're a digital hub, but we are making room for physical connections, and we want you to contribute to that. And that's why we send surveys. We ask you, what do you want? We decided to have this physical mixer because we want to have a vision of what we want to replicate all across Africa. We are a virtual hub, yes, but our community, we are now 9,000 strong community membership, but 50% is domiciled in the West. And we want to expand our reach across all the regions, especially the central region, the northern and the southern. We are dominating the West and the East. And we want to break that in 2026. So if the virtual audience is listening, we are partnering with different organizations across Africa and then Pan-African organizations that can help us leverage their platforms to reach more entrepreneurs across Africa. So what we are doing today here, we have a vision to do it across the regions. And we expect that in coming years, we'll have mixers in the eastern part of Africa, eastern part of Africa, northern part of Africa, southern part of Africa, and central part. And we're hoping that each of us will come together, not just with catalyzing the community, help us to grow this community. You have a network across the regions. Leverage your network, tell people about what's happening, and we can work together to ensure that we are working with all SMEs across board. Another thing we also want you to do is, another thing we're going to do is leverage our ambassador structure. So we have 54 ambassadors across 3 different categories. So we have regional ambassadors, narrative changer ambassadors, and value chain ambassadors. And these ambassadors are going to be working to strengthen value chains across Africa, to strengthen regionally, and also to tell stories. So as our narrative changing ambassadors are speaking about it, across, spreading out across regions, will attract more people from other regions. But we have growth partnerships in the north, in the south, and in the central that we're going to leverage in coming year, African food change makers. And we hope that by the end of the year 2026, we will have balanced our spread across all the regions of Africa. And if you believe that with me, let's just put our hands together. So with that, I want to say thank you, everyone, especially those that are sitting now, when half of the hall has, given up. You guys are our resilience champions. Please put your hands together for yourselves. And it speaks about the kind of spirit that you're using to drive your agribusiness, because we believe that resilience is required. We believe that tenacity is required to barrel through challenges and ensure that no matter what is happening in our environment, we're building capacity internally to maintain the momentum that is required to actually be what we call the lifeblood of the food ecosystem. That's what we call you people. And we believe you are the lifeblood. Put your hands together for your fellow champion sitting beside you. Thank you all for coming today from all across the nation. Thank you all for logging in, those that are joining us online. I know how challenging it has been. We want to say thank you for being resilient to stay connected with us. We're going to be reaching out to you with the recording of today and with a survey for you to send in your questions, your feedback, and everything, all the information you need to pass back to us for us to ensure that we respond to you and we create a better experience in the coming year. All right. Thank you, everyone. And like we always say, we're going to end with our chant. That's a good way to end. I know we're happy, so we'll chant for the food that we're about to eat. So who are we? No, energy. I'm not getting the energy. Please, I need some energy to eat food. We need energy to eat food. So let's ginger some energy so that we can have energy to eat food. Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Okay, A, F, C. One more time. A, F, C. Who are we? Who are we? What do we do? What do we do? Thank you, everyone. And with this, we come to the end of year 2025 Entrepreneurs Mixer Africa Food Changemakers. See you 2026. Season's greetings. Okay, we'll have the group pictures. Yes, sorry. Group pictures. Those that are online, please, can we put them up to open up their cameras? Sorry, I forgot that. Come to the front for the group pictures. And then those that are online. No, sir, can we do that? Can we do online? Okay, let's project. Okay. Those that are group pictures. Yeah. Some people come up to stage.